Every night, around the same time, your toddler wakes up crying. They can't tell you why. They don't have the words yet to explain what's happening inside their own body. Here's what most parents don't realize. This isn't about bad sleep training or something you did wrong at bedtime. Most loving, attentive parents have a toddler who wakes at night. And by item 3, you'll understand why the wake-up itself isn't the problem you think it is. This isn't about guilt. This is about understanding what's actually happening in that small, developing brain at 2 a.m. Let's start with the first moment you probably recognize. 1. Your toddler falls asleep easily at bedtime, then hours later, they're suddenly wide awake, calling for you like the day just started over. Here's the reveal.
Mama,
Toddlers cycle
where
through
are
lighter
you?
and deeper sleep stages more often than adults do, and those transitions between cycles are natural wake-up points. Adults often stir too during these transitions. We just have the skills to settle ourselves back down without fully waking. Toddlers' brains are still building that self-soothing pathway, especially in the parts responsible for regulating emotion and impulse. This doesn't mean every wake-up is a crisis, and it doesn't mean you've created a bad sleeper. One rough night doesn't set a pattern. What matters is what happens across many nights. A small fix, a consistent, calm response each time, teaches their nervous system that waking up is safe, not something to panic about. 2. Your toddler wakes up and immediately needs to see you, touch you, or hear your voice before they'll settle. What's actually happening is attachment doing exactly what it's supposed to. At this age, you are your child's regulation system. Their body hasn't finished building its own internal calm switch yet, so it borrows yours. This is called co-regulation, when a child's nervous system settles by syncing with a calmer adult nervous system nearby. Your steady presence, your slower breathing, your low voice, these things actually help lower their stress hormones like cortisol in real time. This isn't spoiling them, this isn't creating dependence, it's how the wiring gets built, one calm response at a time. Are you seeing yourself in this? If any of this feels familiar, stick around. Item 4 gets into the one thing that quietly triggers most toddler wake-ups, and it has nothing to do with sleep training. Your toddler wakes up upset about something that seems small. A missing stuffed animal, a door that's slightly open, the wrong blanket. Here's the reveal. Toddlers are deep in a stage where their world runs on routine and predictability. Their brain is still building the part responsible for flexible thinking and coping with change, the prefrontal cortex, the area that helps us reason through, this is different, but it's still okay. When something feels out of place at 2 a.m., their still developing brain can read it as a bigger problem than it actually is. It's not drama, it's not manipulation, it's a brain that hasn't built the tools yet to shrug things off. 4. Here's the one thing that quietly causes more wake-ups than almost anything else: big changes during the day. A new sibling, a move, starting daycare, even a fun, exciting event. The reveal is that toddlers process big emotional experiences during sleep, not just during the day. Their brains are actively sorting and storing new information overnight, and that sorting process can be lighter, more fragile sleep. This ties back to how the brain consolidates memory and emotion during rest. It's doing real work, even when it looks like restlessness. A stretch of rocky nights after a big life change is expected, not a sign anything is wrong. The small fix? Keep the routine extra predictable during transitions, and expect a few bumpy nights as the price of growth, not a warning sign. 5. Your toddler wakes up, and part of you dreads it because you're exhausted too. Here's the last reveal. Your response doesn't need to be perfect to be effective. It needs to be consistent enough most of the time. This connects to Winnicott's idea of the good enough parent, the
It's
idea that
okay, little
children
one.
don't need flawless, endlessly patient caregivers. They need caregivers who show up, get it wrong sometimes, and repair. That repair, the return, the calm voice, the steady presence, is what actually builds security over time, not perfection at every wake up. So if you feel a little seen right now, that's not guilt, that's attunement, noticing, caring, wanting to understand your child better. You don't have to have every night figured out to be a good parent. Being present, even imperfectly, again and again, is what your toddler's nervous system is actually learning from. If this helped make sense of your nights, send it to another exhausted parent who needs to hear it too.